In just 8 minutes, discover 10 powerful takeaways from Stephen Bartlett's talk with Jordan Peterson on why chasing happiness makes you weak, the pathetic mistake keeping you stuck, and the brutal truth killing your relationship. Perfect for anyone seeking self-improvement, emotional healing, or deeper purpose. Takeaway 1. Stop lying to yourself. One of the strongest messages from this conversation is the need to stop lying to yourself. Jordan Peterson emphasizes that personal transformation starts with truth, not the truth that makes you feel better, but the truth you are avoiding. You already know something you are doing wrong. It's not a mystery. Ask yourself honestly, what is one thing I know I'm doing wrong that I could fix and that I would fix? Sit quietly with that question until the answer comes. That answer might hurt, but it will show you where to begin. Facing it gives you a starting point for a better life. For example, someone might realize they're constantly avoiding responsibilities like cleaning their room or taking care of bills. That might seem small, but when they finally do it, they start to feel more in control of their life. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. Build yourself before blaming others. If you feel trapped in life, the first place to look is your own inadequacies. Not everything is your fault, but everything that is within your control is your responsibility. When you improve yourself, you become stronger in any situation. You can then negotiate better, get treated with more respect, and make better choices. Even if the world is unfair, your first step is to do every single thing you can to make yourself capable and resilient. Complaining won't save you. Changing will. For example, if you feel your boss is undervaluing you, then update your resume, take a few online courses, apply for a couple of jobs, and be ready to walk into your boss's office with real options. That gives you the upper hand. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. Craft a plan to change your life. If your current life feels like a dead end, start with a plan. Don't aim to fix everything in a week. Choose something specific and work backward. Why are you unhappy in your job? What would you need to change? Break it into steps. Maybe your resume is outdated. Maybe you lack a skill, or maybe you've stopped trying. Step 1 is to get honest about what's missing, then decide what you need to do to improve it. Transformation is not magic. It is deliberate and step by step. For example, if you quit college 2 courses before graduating, sign up for those 2 courses again. Even if it takes 6 months, it becomes a powerful answer in your next interview when you say, I faced my mistake and fixed it. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Become who you could be. Most people know deep down who they could be. The problem is they fear the uncertainty that comes with change. It's easier to stay in a bad job or a broken relationship than to risk failing at something new. But staying where you are when you know you could be more is a slow way to die inside. Imagine who you could become if you really tried and aim yourself toward that person. Set a target so high that it excites and scares you. Your current life is not a prison. Your fear is. For example, if you want to be a writer but work in customer service, then write every morning before work. Start a blog, submit articles, join a writing group. That is how you move from the life you have to the life you want. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. Speak your truth in relationships. Most relationships fail because people wear masks. They try to be what the other person wants instead of showing who they really are. Peterson explains that there is no real connection unless you are being truthful. It's scary to show your flaws and admit what you truly want, but that's the only way to build something real. Hiding behind a perfect image only leads to resentment and emptiness. Speak your truth even if it shakes the relationship. That is how real love begins. For example, Stephen Bartlett shared that his relationship only became strong after he started being honest about what he wanted. Until then, it was just 2 masks dating each other. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 6. Accept suffering as part of life. Life is full of struggle, and that's not a problem to solve. It's part of the game. If you try to remove all hardship, you remove the chance to grow. Peterson points out that people who win Olympic gold medals often get depressed because the struggle is over. We are meant to walk uphill. The moment you reach the top, you need a new mountain. Meaning comes from facing difficulty, not avoiding it. Easy is boring. Struggle gives your life weight and direction. For example, when someone builds a company and suddenly becomes rich, they might expect to feel complete. but instead they feel empty because they no longer have a goal. Without a purpose, success feels like a prison. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Aim at something bigger than happiness. Happiness is a weak goal. It fades quickly and often depends on things you cannot control. Instead of chasing happiness, aim to live a meaningful life. Do something that feels worth the pain. Pursue values like truth, responsibility, and virtue. Happiness then becomes a byproduct. It's not something you catch by running after it. It's something that surprises you when you're on the right path. Peterson says, aim to be good and pray for happiness. For example, raising a child might not make you happy every day, but it gives you a deep sense of meaning that happiness alone can never match. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Find meaning in the smallest things. Self-awareness starts by looking at the things in your life that you ignore because you think they're beneath you. Your messy room, your unhealthy habits, your bitter thoughts. Peterson says, if you cannot clean your own space, what makes you think you can fix anything else? Meaning starts in the details. You must learn to manage what's already yours. People miss the divine because they look too high, when sometimes the message is in the dust. For example, starting the day by organizing your bedroom and making your bed can create a surprising sense of control that carries into the rest of your decisions. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Practice humility to grow. Many people stay stuck not because they lack skill, but because they are too proud to admit what they don't know. Growth requires humility. You must be willing to look stupid, to be corrected, and to begin again. Western culture often rewards arrogance and appearance, but Peterson warns that if you are too proud to clean your toilet, you will never build a real life. Drop the pride, start low, rise from there. For example, if you lost your job and are struggling, don't be ashamed to take an entry-level position or attend community classes. That's how you reset with strength. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Your virtue is the price of your privilege. Many people today feel guilty about their advantages. Whether it's being born into a wealthy family or having a good education, this unearned privilege can make people feel undeserving. Peterson says the way to deal with that guilt is not to give up your privilege, but to earn it every day by living a virtuous life. You pay for your privilege by being honest, respectful, and by using your strengths to make the world better. For example, if you're born intelligent and have a good job, then use that intelligence to mentor someone who did not get those chances. That is how you turn guilt into responsibility. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.